seems like that whole Green New Deal anti-energy interest is kind of like breaking apart as people get familiar with ChatGPT style applications. And they're like, oh, I actually kind of want something with a lot of energy usage. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the Green New Deal. There was a lot of private capital, right, going into renewable energy. But I mean, the uptime requirements of the HPC AI kind of focused data centers, right? It kind of, we may see a transition into more baseload reliable power sources like nuclear, right? That may be a happy marriage.
Baseload is kind of the backbone for any grid, right? There's always going to be some level of demand on a grid. Now that we live in the 21st century, that was, not the case maybe 100 years ago, but now we've gotten to a point where there's always going to be some amount of demand on the grid. But that changes very drastically over time. And so these renewables introduce that intermittency. And if we can increase the amount of baseload, then of course, it provides more stability to the grid, basically providing a floor. The reason you can't just ratchet up baseload to the max is because it's very hard to spin down. So that's really like the conundrum